Well, more than 100 people have reached out to CTV News saying they've been dumped by their banks. CTV News reported last month that a man had received a letter from RBC informing him they were ending their banking relationship with him, and he would be given 30 days to close his accounts and move his money out of the bank. CTV then heard from dozens more who had similar experiences with something known as debanking. So, what is debanking, and could it happen to you, and what should you do if it does? Joining me now is Jessica Morehouse. She is a personal finance expert and author of Everything But Money. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So, I think it's really important. Tell us how this even happens and what people need to be aware of, because it seems like a lot of these customers were caught off guard.
Yeah, well, so it's in the terms and conditions, not that anyone actually reads those when you sign up for a bank account, but banks, although they do have the obligation to open up a personal deposit account for any Canadian customer when they provide proper identification, there are still some other rules where they can also decide to debank you and effectively close your account with hardly any notice, about maybe 30 days. They have to send you a letter, but they won't tell you why. They are not obligated to tell you why they're closing you down. They'll likely, in the letter say something very vague, such as, we've kind of flagged your account because we've identified your account with a risk level that is, above what we're comfortable with, something like that, which, again, what does that actually mean? Ultimately, most of these banks will do this if they feel like they are detecting any kind of unusual transactions, such as maybe they think that there's some money laundering going on, some terrorist financing, some fraud, some other kind of crimes. But I know, a lot of people may have experienced being debanked, and they're like, there's nothing going on here. I'm not doing any money laundering, so why am I being closed down? And often I see a lot of stories of people maybe doing a lot of foreign transactions. Maybe they are also from another country. They're doing a lot of transfers back and forth. A lot of people that are into crypto, if there's a lot of money coming from some sort of crypto company or platform going into their bank account, that might get flagged as well. Even though these are all completely legal, they may be flagged by the bank thinking that maybe something not so good is going on, and we're just going to be maybe overly cautious and close you down.
Yeah, obviously it can be really frustrating when it happens to you, especially if you aren't giving a specific reason. But for those at home that are wondering, is this something that can happen to them? Is it likely? Is it something new that we're seeing? Has it always been implemented? What are the risks as a client to actually get debanked?
So it's always been around. However, definitely there has been an increase. I looked at some stats, and there's been an increase from about 19 in 2019 of clients being ejected from their bank to 113 in 2023. Still, we're talking about 113 customers throughout Canada. And so we have millions of people here. So that's a very, very low percentage of people that are being affected. Of course, those people being affected probably don't care about the stats. It's still a big burden. They have to find a new bank. And there's only so many banks in Canada compared to other countries where there are literally thousands that you can choose from. And so it can be very disconcerting. However, I think for the average Canadian, this is not something that you have to really worry about, though, it could happen to anybody. So it's just important to be informed about what are some things that could potentially be flagged by your bank, and how to maybe not do those things.
And Jessica, just quickly before you go, if this does happen, I know you said only 113 clients, but if it starts to pick up and it does happen to you, what are some steps that you should take?
You can definitely file a complaint with the Ombudsman for Banking Services and Investments. But ultimately, I think that the most important thing you're going to want to do is find another place to land, because you're going to want to pay your bills. And again, this could affect your lines of credit, your mortgage. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find another bank to house you and your bank accounts.
Appreciate Jessica, personal finance expert. Really appreciate your time this morning on this, I think, area that many people are finding very new.